Hi everyone, Wonia Thibault here with Buckskin Revolution, and I am making so much good medicine these days to keep all of my people well and healthy and safe and with our immune systems functioning at top notch. So I wanted to take you through my process of making fire cider. Now, fire cider is a very traditional tonic, and it's based on the principle of Apple Cider Vinegar and its helpful properties, as well as including a bunch of other common foods that actually have strong medicinal, antiviral, and immune boosting properties. So to make fire cider, you want to start with ideally organic, live apple cider. So Bragg's is one brand that has, it's made what they call with the mother, which means that it's got the probiotic cultures in it. So you're getting probiotics as well as your medicinals. And then most of the other ingredients you're going to be able to find in the general spices section in the produce of your grocery store. So I recommend that you only buy organic ingredients for this, especially because we're going to be steeping these in the very acidic vinegar, and that could really draw out if you had any, pesticides or herbicides or funky stuff on the skin of any of these things. You don't want that in your health tonic, right? So what I like to add to my fire cider, and you can do any combination of these things, more or less of them as you choose, but horseradish, awesome way to go, really good for clearing the sinuses and keeping whatever congestion we might have runny and liquid as opposed to socked in and solid. Ginger, fresh raw ginger, classic ingredient for fire cider. Good in so many ways. It has some antiviral properties. It's great for digestion. It's warming. It'll make you sweat, which is helpful. Garlic. Most people have heard of how helpful garlic is for immunity. Raw garlic is what's going to really do it for us. Really strong immune boosting and antibiotic properties, so good stuff to have on hand. Turmeric root. This isn't necessarily in classic fire cider recipes, but I really like getting it into my system however I can. Turmeric is an adaptogen, an herb that helps our bodies deal with stress. It's an anti-inflammatory. A lot of people think that it has great mental clarity bringing properties. You can do a lot of research on turmeric. It has all kinds of wonderful properties. Might as well throw some in there. Organic lemons and oranges. We're going to use the zest of the oranges here. Of course, lots of vitamin C, lots of wonderful properties, antimicrobial properties in the oils that are in the skin of both lemons and oranges. And then some kind of pepper. Cayenne is a great one and kind of classic. This is March, so it's spring, and there's not a lot of fresh peppers in the markets that aren't imported. So I prefer to get domestic peppers, and I got an organic and fair trade cayenne to add instead of fresh ingredients. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grate up all of these. You can just chop them coarsely, but the smaller the particles you get everything into, the faster it's going to infuse your vinegar. Whew, a good whack of horseradish into the jar. I like to use a glass jar, not plastic for this. Wow. Check it out. Yeah, that is some good horseradish. It's like when you're eating sushi and you don't realize that you got a big old gob of wasabi in there, and then all of a sudden your entire head is on fire and you start snotting onto your plate. It's just like that. It's awesome. Now I'm gonna do the zest of 1 or 2 oranges. And the white part of the orange rind is actually where a lot of the important vitamin C is. A lot of people don't realize that and think it's just in the juice. But in the white part is where we have something called bioflavonoids, which are a particular type of vitamin C that you usually don't get from just like capsules of vitamin C. And it's really good for you, particularly if you get a lot of bruises. It might be that you're low in bioflavonoids. We really want to get as much of the juice of the ginger as possible. Starting to look awfully nice with a layer of horseradish, layer of orange zest, and a layer of fresh grated ginger. I want to give props to Stephen Harold Buhner, who wrote this fabulous book, Herbal Antivirals, and he talks about ginger juice specifically as a potent antiviral. Great thing to have on hand, particularly right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and press the garlic, but I am going to peel the cloves. Turmeric should be a brilliant yellow color. It'll probably stain your hands as well. So here we have it in lovely little layers. We've got a layer of horseradish, a layer of orange zest, a layer of grated ginger, a layer of grated turmeric, a layer of cayenne, and a layer of garlic. Now I'm going to juice the lemon and the orange and put them in here as well. And then I'm going to add the apple cider vinegar. I like to roll my lemons and oranges around on the counter before I squeeze them in there so that I get the juice really nice and broken up and I get more juice out of the flesh. And it is snowing outside, everyone. It's so beautiful. Usually takes a minute to get down in there because there's air bubbles. So there you have a finished jar of fire cider. So I'm going to shake this every day. And you know, if I need it right away, I will totally have good medicine in here within a short time. You know, just a couple of hours, I'll be able to taste all of the ingredients, but it's going to be way more powerful within a couple weeks. Some people take an entire shot of this if they're feeling something. It just depends on what your system can take. And sometimes that amount of heat and garlic is a little hard on folks' stomachs. So if I'm dealing with something acute, if I'm coming down with a cold, then I'm gonna take probably at least a tablespoon of it, and I'm gonna take that a couple times throughout the day. Making your own fire cider to help keep you and your loved ones well.